So, welcome to my fucking tutorial to not use your phone as much, or not use a certain app as much, should I say. So, you can see these two shortcuts at the top. We've got app close and app open. This is what I've made. So these just have sort of script in each one, and the way that they work is, I'll start with the app open one. So if a certain app is open, it looks through contacts on your phone, finds one that's called input, and if you don't already have this, you need to create a contact that just has a first name that is input, all lowercase. And what it will do with that contact is, when the app's open, it sets the company name that contact has to open, and then basically repeats the script 6 times 20 seconds. If it gets to the end of that, it comes out the other side of the script and says, boots you off the app and vibrates and says, well, it says a message, I've got Go Touch Grass King on mine. And then it opens Spotify and locks the screen. So when you reopen the screen, you're not on the app that you want to get off of, which is good. And it kind of just, I know, I've created it so it just boots me off of Reels, because if I'm spending more than like about 2.5 minutes, which is how long this one takes, the way it's currently set up, it boots me off. And if I'm on Instagram for more than 2.5 minutes, I'm probably on Reels. So that's kind of the idea. So that's the open script. It's got a little bit of code in there as well that it checks every sort of 20 seconds whether the app is open or not, and then it stops the script if it's closed at any point. So the closed script says final contacts where the first name is input, and set the company to closed. So if you close the app, it changes that input to closed, so that on the other script, every 20 seconds or so, if it does read that it's at any point closed, it just stops the script and doesn't give the output. So that's kind of vaguely how it works. Hope that kind of makes sense. In terms of automation, because these are sort of shortcuts that I can share, but nothing triggers them at the moment. They have to be triggered by something. So when you've got those, you make new automation. For me, it's Instagram, so I'm going to go on app. So open an app automation. So when an app is opened, run the script immediately, and the script is going to be for Instagram. So app Instagram is opened, run immediately. And what it's going to run is my shortcuts here, which is app open. And then there'll be a second one, which is app is closed, run immediately. So this is the closing script. So when Instagram is closed, run this script immediately. So these basically just trigger the sort of shortcuts running. And that's that. That should work. So provided you've got these automations in place using these scripts, and there's a contact called input like this on your phone, this is all it needs to say is just input, and that closed bit in the company will just come from the shortcuts. They'll do that, but it just needs to have input as the first name, and that's all it needs. And if you've got all of that, it will boot you off of Instagram, and I'll show you what that looks like by changing the script quickly. So if I make this really, really short for demonstration, repeat once, wait like 5 seconds. So this should be really, really short amount of time. I'll go Insta. So I'm just scrolling on Instagram, as you do. Oh, this is great. Look at these stories. Happy days. And then I get booted off. Look at that. So now, if I booted off, on the screen is locked, so I've got to unlock my phone, and I'm not even on Instagram anymore. So I have to go actually physically back into it if I want to keep going. So it's good. It's useful.
You're told that
You can also change it so that it turns your phone off after 2 minutes. That's a little bit more hardcore. But like, you kind of customize what happens when it reaches that timeout. This is what I've got at the bottom, where it's got vibrate, show notification, open Spotify, and lock the screen. But you could have power off, shut down. Yeah. So this is fucking hardcore, but you could replace lock the screen with shut down. I'm not going to do that because that would be really fucking annoying. But you could do that. So I hope that all makes sense, basically.